So I got an email the other day from Vista Print. So I figure, oh, maybe it's something about PromoBox. I don't think I completed the survey about my last PromoBox. They're probably just reminding me. And then I saw the subject line, and the subject line was, "A farewell from PromoBox." So my first thought was, geez, did they not like my videos? Am I getting fired from the program? Do they not want my business anymore? And then I started to read, and it was, my name is Kate, and I manage the PromoBox team here at VistaPrint. And I'm like, so the manager's quitting and getting a new job and moving on, and they're sending me an email? That's kind of weird to do that outside your company. And then I kept reading. "We've really enjoyed working with you to create new and innovative product designs." I agree. Things are fine so far. Go on. "Over the last 2.5 years, we've been able to help 170,000 small business owners like you discover new products and market their business." All right. "Due to the decreasing subscribers and increasing product costs, we regret to inform you that PromoBox is a service we can no longer support." That's interesting. I was actually having a whole lot of fun with all this stuff, this PromoBox stuff. It was, I enjoyed making these videos. I love the comments from you guys. The stuff, I mean, it was a mixed bag. Like, I loved the t-shirt. I loved the banner. The coffee mug was okay. Didn't really like the gift certificates. But, most of it was really positive. And a lot of it really inspired me to think about future things, and I looked forward to it from month to month. I mean, I said before, it was like a little present every month. I mean, admittedly, it's one that you bought for yourself, but for $26, you get something physical that you could use, and it's also the creativity behind it, and the inspiration, and having someone else do something with your designs. It was pretty awesome. I'm gonna miss this. I know that I would end the videos asking, should I continue? Because, I wasn't entirely certain that I was always getting consistent value. And, I mean, with anything that has an element of randomness to it, that makes sense, right? And that's a fair and normal question to ask yourself. Constantly the answer in the comments and with the thumbs up to keep it going was very strong. Everyone said, yeah, keep going, keep going. And there were smaller YouTubers out there who were like, I can't afford this right now, but I can't wait until I can. And so I'm really kind of upset for them. Like Amanda's Right Life really wanted to do PromoBox one day, and unfortunately it looks like it's not going to be around when, once she has the capacity to do that. And so I gotta feel bad about that. It's a shame. But thinking more broadly, we've heard about how Loot Crate, for example, has actually really been struggling, and they ran into some difficulty. And when I first heard of Loot Crate, I had some mixed feelings. Part of it was kind of cool, like their t-shirts and stuff were awesome, different friends and family of mine might have get it for a month, get it for 3 months, but nobody had an annual thing. And they did a lot of sponsorships, with Pat Contry and other people, podcasts, YouTubers. Unboxings were huge for Loot Crate and stuff for a period. And then it tapered off. And so I think the assumption is that it had its day in the sun and people got tired of it. I don't think so. I actually think that the business model of a Loot Crate-like subscription box is fundamentally flawed. And I think that's part of what VistaPrint ran into. They talk about declining subscribers, and I find it very interesting they use the word subscriber. As a YouTube person, I'm like, oh, interesting. That's my word. No, it's actually not that uncommon to use that word in a lot of different meanings and contexts. But the thing about it that I think is interesting is, why is the subscriber amount declining? What's the reason behind that? And I think I have the answer right here. I think that part of the challenge is you get a bunch of physical stuff, which is part of the perk, right? Hey, look at all this stuff. That's awesome, right? When you open it, it's great. You have this great moment of a present. But then you have this box of stuff. And you have this box of stuff. And you have this box of stuff. And this stuff needs to go somewhere. Because it's physical. It needs to go somewhere in your office or your home or wherever. And if it's not something that you're using right away, a lot of the stuff I saw, you might have noticed in my videos, I kept saying, I don't know how I'm going to use this, but it might be nice to have. And that's almost a hoarder mentality, because it's like, well, I don't know if I'll use it, but what if the need arises? And that can take you down some dark paths if you take it too far. And so I think that whether you're talking PromoBox or Loot Crate or any of those sorts of alternatives, I think there's like Nerdbox and some other things, I'm not that familiar. The problem is you're constantly collecting things, these physical things that take up space, and then you have to find a home for it if you don't use it right away. And that can be kind of tricky. And so when I heard about Loot Crate, I'm like, that's a cool idea. I would not want that ongoing, because part of the challenge with Loot Crate and any other box, I mean, there's a randomness to it, right? And so you're going to get things that to you are both good and bad. And to other people, they might like other things. But it's not going to be everything is great every single time for every single person. It doesn't work that way. And, you know, there's only so much we can collect. You know, in the modern world, we don't have as much space. More people on the planet didn't get any bigger. Space is at a premium. You know, what's the old saying? Invest in real estate because they're not making any more of it. You know, so space is more and more, particularly in sort of the developed and affluent world, comes at more and more of a premium. And so, like, I collect amiibos, for example, Nintendo amiibos, and I have almost all of them. I'm missing like maybe a dozen. Those take up a lot of space. And so when there's other things out there, other things to collect, I have to make a conscious choice. Do I have the space? Do I want to invest the time and the effort? Is it worth it for me? Is it what I want to do? And so when it's this random box of who knows what, there's even less control over that. And so unless you have an outflow, you've got the product coming in, but where does it go? If it's not going somewhere it promptly enough that gives you value, then I can see why that'd be a problem going forward. So, for example, if you know, I have a bunch of, like, you know, business cards I haven't given out yet, if I get more and more business cards, then that's just going to accumulate. So with Loot Crate, if you get something like, maybe you're not a fan of Game of Thrones, maybe you're not a fan of Star Wars, I believe those people do exist. I'm not a fan of Game of Thrones, but I love Star Wars. But, you know, and you get a little figurine for a thing that you don't know about or you don't care about, then what do you do with that? Do you go resell it on eBay? Do you give it to your local Goodwill or Value Village? Do you recycle it? Do you hold on to it? Do you keep it in a box in a corner? What do you do with that stuff? And that is a fundamental question of the Loot Crate, the PromoBox model, that I don't think is easily answered. And so when I hear of things like that, I'm suspicious, and I question its long-term viability, and that's unfortunate because I love the creativity behind this, and I love a lot of the stuff that I got. But in the back of my mind, one of the reasons I kept asking the audience, should I keep going, is because at some point I was going to run out of room. It's going to happen to all of us if we keep these subscriptions, if we have a myriad of these things, and they keep going on forever. And so it's not like a magazine subscription where it's a thin thing and, you know, you get some issues and you put them on a shelf. They don't eat up a lot of space, and then maybe you get rid of old ones, or maybe you keep them all. Like Nintendo Power, you keep them all, I hope, back when that was a thing. But maybe you didn't keep every National Geographic. Maybe you didn't keep every Newsweek that you got, or whatever. And so that kind of subscription model, and a newspaper subscription model, you read it, maybe you carve a pumpkin on it, or you use it to pack when you move, but mostly you read it and you recycle it. And so there's an outflow. There's a way to get the product out of your house, out of your space, or your office, or whatever it is. And so that's why those models at the time did relatively well. Now, digital was a whole separate problem. It isn't a huge factor here. But that's the issue. It's the space and it's the outflow. So I do think there are certain kinds of subscription services that do work, and those are consumables. If it was a monthly candy of the month, if it was a meat of the month, if you're talking Blue Apron or one of those sorts of services, you know, Flex Pro Meals, whoever, you know, not sponsored, I haven't even tried these things, although I'm curious to try them one of these days. Partly I'm in Canada, and a lot of those things aren't in Canada, but anyways, those things could do very well because they're literally consumable. You're turning them into poo. We know how it leaves the house. We know where it's going, and it's a regular, consistent thing so that it doesn't accumulate such that you run out of space. And so I'm not sure how to square that circle, because I did really enjoy PromoBox. Like, this was a lot of fun, and I'm gonna keep this stuff. Maybe not the gift certificates, but everything else I'll probably keep until I use. And it, like, I had four months that I've received boxes. I was able to compress them down to these 3. as just a matter of maintaining the space. But it was becoming a challenge. So, that's it sucks. I'm gonna miss it. You didn't realize how much I was enjoying it until I found out it was going away. And I mean, that's true of so many things. But unfortunately, and no disrespect to VistaPrint, I think they did an excellent job at executing this, but I think the fundamental standard business model of these sorts of things has a flaw. And it's no output for the storage. You got to solve the storage problem. And so that's a shame. Just getting back to the email, I do have a choice ahead of me, and so I'm hoping you can help me make it. So it says, we're sad to say goodbye to PromoBox. We're eager to reinvest our time and talent into areas of VistaPrint and continue to help you. It's been great getting to know your business and design custom products tailored for you. That's all very nice. For the time being, you can still access your PromoBox subscription at this website and reorder any products we've sent you, which I've been thinking a little bit about. A couple of things maybe. Although your subscription will be auto-canceled after your last bill date in the month of June, you can cancel now by clicking on this link. So here's the question. Do I ride this PromoBox pony straight into the sunset of June? Or do I just cancel it now because there's no future in it? I don't know. I'm not sure. It's 26 bucks Canadian a month, and it's been a fun little adventure. But now I know that it has an end date. Should I just keep going, or should I just cut it off now? Should I accept the reality that this is not meant to continue? What do you think I should do? So please let me know. Two ways. One, thumbs up if you want me to continue the PromoBox until it forces me to stop. Thumbs down if you think I should stop now. Say, you know what, you had a good run. It's not really worth the money. $26 a month, you could spend it better somewhere else. You could run ads for your channel. You could maybe buy specific things from VistaPrint rather than the randomness. What do you think? Let me know. So thumbs up, keep it. Thumbs down, stop it. Let me know in the comments why you picked which one you picked. And I will look at that, and that will absolutely be a part of my decision making. And I will let you know in a subsequent video what we do. It might be another unboxing, or it might just be another little conversation like this where I talk about the end of the service. So let me know what you want to see, and make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you aren't already. Turn on notifications because we do live streams, and right now it's the month of April. The month of April, I'm calling the month of Fridays. Every single Friday this month, I'm going live, doing channel reviews, live tutorials, answering your questions, all that kind of stuff and more. Just talking YouTube. And the feedback has been amazing so far. People who I've been able to do channel reviews have contacted me in the comments and in chat on other platforms to say that they've been experiencing explosive growth since they implemented some of my suggestions. That is amazing. For one thing, it's absolutely lovely to hear, so for those of you who took the time to contact me to say those things, people like Angus Explains and others, I really appreciate the follow-up. It really makes it all feel worth it, because, just doing this for fun, really. This channel's not monetized, I'm not getting anything out of it other than I really do enjoy helping people and interacting with the audience. But when I hear about the fact that it's had these positive impacts, Ludicrous Gaming apparently has done very well since I reviewed his channel months ago. And so that's absolutely amazing because my goal here on this channel is to sort of democratize YouTube. I think everyone deserves a fair shot at YouTube based on the quality of your ideas and how hard you're willing to work for them. You need those two things. And if you got talent too, that doesn't hurt. That's sort of the magic triumvirate of things. But if you're just successful on YouTube because you figure out how to game the algorithm, I don't think that's what it's for. And so I'm just trying to do in my small way, give everyone that fair shot, demystify it, tell you about the technology, tell you about the tricks, the things you can use, the tools like DoBuddy, which is linked down below, that helps you with your channel. And so PromoBox was a big part of that. It was physical things that we could do. So yeah, we'll have to see going forward. I think if I do order anything else from VistaPrint in the future, and I probably will, I've been using them for years, maybe I'll do unboxing videos when those shipments arrive so you can see the things that I've ordered. But these will be things that I've designed and ordered. But you'll be able to see our reactions. For example, I designed and ordered a mouse pad. Wasn't so great. Everything else that I've designed and ordered, I've been very happy with. Magnets, business cards, like beach bags, a bunch of stuff. And it's all been fantastic. Pens, it's all great. But the mouse pad wasn't. you know, and so I'll try to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly of what my experience is, and maybe it'll help you order more effectively, might inspire you to have an idea, things like that. So that's just one more reason why you're going to want to subscribe, have notifications on, so you can catch us when we're live, and be notified of when videos like this come out. Thank you so much for your time. I've really enjoyed going on this PromoBox journey with all of you. And so, yeah, the question is, does the journey continue for a couple more months, or do we just cut it off and move on with our lives? Let me know down below. Thanks for watching.